day, everyone. Since the pre-hiring stage has already been discussed during our last topic, which are the HRP or the Human Resource Planning and also the job analysis. So now we will proceed to hiring stage, which is the recruitment. So when we heard recruitment, we definitely think that it's all about hiring and selections of candidates. And yes, those words are related to what recruitment process is all about. Now, before we proceed to our proper discussion in this lesson, let us first introduce our learning objectives. First, define recruitment. Second, describe and discuss the different recruitment sources and the effectiveness of each. Third, cite advantages and disadvantages of filing job openings from internal and external sources. Fourth, discuss methods of identifying qualified internal and external job candidates. And the last one, describe the steps in recruitment. So now, get ready because we are about to explore of what recruitment process is all about. Recruitment. Recruitment refers to an HRM practice of tracing and enticing probable hires from a pool of job seekers. In the event that a manager wishes to cut the workforce size, a job opening is a sign that a replacement from outside must be found to replace a departing employee. So here, obviously, in human resource management, recruitment is a process of hiring and searching for capable and qualified applicants for a job. And then it's stated here that there's an instances that a manager will cut the number of workforce size. That's the time that the manager have a job opening to replace those departed employee. It could be due to their resignation or retirement and so on. But overall, the main reason why recruitment process is implemented in a company or organization in order to find a person who are capable and qualified applicants for that position within the company and who will help them towards attaining organizational goals. So these are the external sources of locating and attracting candidates. First, we have advertising. Muna siya ang usual na ginagamit sa isa ka company or organization through the use of television, radio, direct mail, and print ads. Nasa ito ay gitawag nga World Wide Web in which it should not be ignored and as an advertising options kay mauni siya ang trend permi. So web is an information system where accounts and other web sources are identified by URL or the Uniform Resource Locator. So preparing for recruitment activities is not easy. It takes a lot of time and effort for finding capable and qualified candidates for a job. And also, we need to be mindful when creating our advertisement if related or unrelated or it can be attract people to join sa Osaka company. So we have here walk-ins. Katuning directly nga maadto sa isa ka company, and in this case, some company believe that if the applicant will take the initiative to apply walk-ins kay makita nila nga interested or determined ka nga makuha itong nga position. So we have internet recruitment. So this is the popular way of locating and attracting job applicants by the use of internet. Less costly ni siya kay you don't need to have your photocopies and other expenses because everything is done online. And the last one is the employer referral program. Mahusad ni siya ang other way of locating and attracting applicants sa isa ka company or organization by the help of their employee. So, and again, as a form of motivation, they will given a bonuses and incentives. So these are the several ways to increase effectiveness of employer referral programs. First, up the ante. So the company or organization will increase their commission to those employees who referred applicants for a job. Second, pay for performance. Here, those employees who referred applicants to a company or organization will given a bonuses or incentives if those applicants who they referred come up the 6 months. Third, tailor the program. Here, wala ni siya gatalk sa isa ka commission sa gina-provide sa isa ka company or organization, but rather they will give a seminar which is talk about the capabilities and qualifications for specific positions in order to provide a good applicants nga ilang i-refer para dili sila magpataka og hatag og tawo nga dili ay suitable sa isa ka position. Fourth, increase visibility. Here, those who referred a long time or qualified applicants, they will given a chance to have a dinner with CEO or get some bonuses or incentives.
Good day, everyone. Good day, sir. So my task today is to discuss the several ways to increase the effectiveness of employee referral programs. So first is we have the keep the data. Even if a referral does not get the job, it might be a good idea to start the application letter and curriculum vitae just in case another opening arises. So keep the data. Even if a referral candidate doesn't get hired right away, it's smart to save their application letter and CV. Why? Because a suitable job might open up later, and having their info on file save time in the future. Next is we have the widen the boundary of your strategy. Just as it may make sense to consider hiring former employees, it may also make sense to ask them for referrals even if they are not candidates for the job themselves. A number of companies having mailing lists of corporate friends that can be used to seek out potential candidates. So widen the boundary of your strategy. Referrals don't only have to come from current employees. You can also ask former employees for referrals. So next is we have the measure outcomes. No surprises here. After the program is implemented, managers need to take careful look at the volume of referrals, qualifications of candidates, and success of new hires on the job. The purpose is to fine-tune the program. So now we have the employee referral is now becoming common in the most companies. However, there are some potential trade-offs such as resentment and employee inbreeding, especially when organizations may choose not to employ relatives of current employees. The practice of hiring relatives, referred to as nepotism, can invite charges of favoritism, especially in appointments of desirable positions. Now we have the headhunters. These are search firms that help companies fill executive position. So, headhunters are these are the professional recruitment firms that help companies find and hire people for high level or executive positions. They actively search for top talent, often targeting people who aren't even looking for a job. So next is we have the campus recruiting. This form of external recruitment is becoming widespread, especially in highly developed firms. This method forms strong linkage with colleges and university to search and eventually hire students who possess the right fit in the terms of competencies. So campus recruiting, this is when companies partner with colleges and universities to find future employees. It's a popular method among big, well-developed firms. The goal is to hire fresh graduates who show potential, determination rather, and energy and strong work ethic. So next is we have the employment agency. Employment agencies are either public or private businesses. However, when it comes to providing employment, both have the same aim to assist companies with their staffing needs requirements. Okay, for a while. So now we have the recruitment from within. While employees normally think that recruiting focuses on attracting potential employees from outside the organization, several middle-level managers try to abide by the policy of filling job openings via job promotions and job transfers. So next is we have the advantages and limitations of recruiting from within. Promoting from within could make perfect sense due to the fact that the potential candidate is already a member of the work team and managers already know their performance level as well as their good and bad qualities. Above all, internal recruiting lessens recruitment and hiring costs. However, before employers consider internal recruitment, it is vital for them to contemplate on some constraints such as limiting the number of skilled workers to choose from and those not chosen becoming prostrated and undermine the one that was picked. So that's all my part. Thank you.
Now let's move on to the methods of identifying qualified internal candidates. Now when we say internal recruitment, it is the process of hiring or promoting people from within the organization to fill the job vacancies, instead of looking for candidates outside the company. Now, these internal sources can be traced using a number of methods. First is the inventorying management talent. Then second is the job posting and job bidding. Now what is inventorying management talent? This is the process of creating and updating a list of employees na may potential or qualification for higher position. It helps the company quickly see kung sino sa kanilang current staff ang pwedeng i-promote or i-recommend. Now, more firms are electronically capturing qualifications of each of their employees using some information to properly spot the skills and capabilities of their current employees. Now let's move on to job posting and job bidding. So this refers to the formal announcement of job openings sa loob ng company. It may be posted through the company's bulletin board, or the company's newsletter, or the internal vacancy notification memo, electronic mail, or via public address system. Now, through this, employees na interested or feel na qualified sila can apply para lumipat ng position or ma-promote, then they can proceed to screening. Now let's move on to the steps in recruitment. So the very first step is to determine the job vacancy. So a job vacancy within a company can happen for several reasons. It could be because of retirement or resignation or a job abandonment or termination. But sometimes vacancies occur dahil sa transfer or promotion ng isang employee. Or pwede naman na it's because there's a new position created that is needed to be filled. Now, the second step in recruitment is plan how to fill an open position. So once the job vacancy is confirmed, managers need to decide if mag-hire ba sila internally or externally. At kung kailangan ba nila na mag-hire ng mga permanent or the core workers or the temporary or contingent workers. Now, they also need to prepare a list of qualifications na required for that role. So, bakit kailangan nila ng lists of qualifications? So, they need to make a list of qualifications to ensure that the right person is hired. It makes the hiring process clear, fair and efficient, and helps filter unqualified applicants. Now let's move on to the third step. Identify the target segment. So at this stage, companies should already know kung anong klaseng tao ang gusto nilang i-hire. A clear and detailed plan helps manager and HR form the right perception about their target applicants. So, recruitment methods like print, radio, TV, and online ads, and especially the social media, can be used para maabot ang tamang audience or ang target segment nila. Now let's move on to the fourth step, reaching out to target segment. So after ma-identify ang target segments, companies need to choose the best way to connect with potential candidates. So some common recruitment methods include online job postings, job fairs, campus recruitment, and referrals. So the goal is to use the most effective channels para maabot ang tamang talents. Now, let's go back to referrals. When we say referrals, it is the process of hiring candidates who are recommended by the current employees, friends, or professional connections. Fifth and last step, meet up with the job candidates. So, one key rule of the recruitment team is to make sure that candidates know the purpose of the meeting. So, during this step, recruiters usually do an initial screening to check if the applicants meets the job requirements. So, during this step, they first ask questions about the applicant's background, skills, and work experience. Second, they check if the candidate meets the job qualifications. Then, they observe communication skills and its personalities, and clarify job expectations and give the candidate the infos about the company and the role. So, basically, this fifth step it's like the first filter to help the recruitment team decide kung ang candidate ba is worth i-consider for the next stage or the final interview for the job offer.